Well, hi everyone. I'm Dion. Most people know me professionally as Super D. I'm a cartoonist that actually lives in Anderson, not too far from you guys. How are you guys doing today? That's good. I can hear you guys too. That's actually really well. Let me. hmm, There we go. Much better. Okay. Well, I guess want to tell a bit about myself. I started doing comics professionally in 2015 with my first newspaper comic strip, Life with Karami. That was something that Garfield creator Jim Davis helped me get published in newsprint. And so since then, I've been making my own comics from various comic book likes to more newspaper comic strips. So this is kind of something that I've been doing, professionally for the past 5 years, as well as other various, small projects. Like one project I'm doing, I don't know if you guys know of the video game series Toe Jam and Earl. Well, I'm making official comic strips for them with their characters and stuff. And so we actually just released this one earlier today, and so it's like this whole journey has been super fun making comics, characters that I've made and just making stuff that make other people happy. And so it's actually really cool, to know that there are other people that also want to make comics, because between us, there's not a huge uh, there's not a huge support for arts in Indiana, let alone comic artists. So any way that I can help, bring a bit more, more comic people into the world here in Indiana, the better. And so, for you guys being here, it seems like you guys also have, a particular interest in doing your own comics, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. Let's talk. Guys, just out of curiosity, are you guys in your early 20s, mid 20s?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I am too. I'm 25. So the reason I say this is because, a lot of the workshops that I do, they're really for little kids. Like they're like, they love making comics and stuff, and I can talk my way around them. Like it's easy to talk to these guys. But you guys are my age. We got to talk to each. Like, I'm sorry I don't have a webcam, but we have to have a little bit of communication with each other, and talk. Like we're all here with the same similar interest of making comics. So I'd love to hear a bit more from you guys and figure out what you're interested in, and what kind of investments you want in this, if that makes sense. So I'm just curious. Anyone can say this, but like, what what drove you guys into making comics? Anyone can just say it. Just talk out loud.
Yeah, I think a lot of you guys are animation majors and kind of not. You guys don't necessarily exclusively make comics, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so if you want to go around and say name who you are, some interests that you have, why you like creating, what you like creating, all that, yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'll start that here. My name is Jesse. I'm an animation major as well. And I don't know, comics are just always something that we're good for, like looking at character design and storyboarding. And it's because it's kind of like a finalized storyboard. And so I think that translates over to animation pretty well.
Could you repeat that and just speak a little louder?
Yeah. So my name is Jesse. I'm an animation major. And I think comic books, like especially if you haven't looked at them, really helps with things like character design and storyboarding, because it is like a finalized version of the storyboard. And I think that translates well to animation and the whole process.
Yeah. If I heard you correctly, I deeply apologize, but I definitely did hear about storytelling and storyboarding and how that translates to animation, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Because you're actually right. In fact, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day who actually works for Disney Television Animation, and we were having this conversation about how there's this similarity between making comics and doing storyboards for animation. Like they kind of go hand in hand. The only difference between the two is that doing storyboards, you have to have a bit more of an idea of film cinematography. And if you can really, really get a good grasp on that, then you can practically do anything. And so, but no, that's really cool. Anyone else? Yeah.
My name is David, and like Jesse, I'm mostly into storytelling, and comics is another vehicle of storytelling. And I'm an animation major as well, so I truly love storytelling, and comics is one of the vehicles that I get to tell those stories. And actually, it's like I really like doing those. I actually since I was a little kid, I started off doing like what's it called, making comics but without any words. So I knew what's going on in the story, and the panels weren't creative, but I just created a lot of stuff.
1 second. What do I do now? Sorry, my audio is.
Able to hear all right?
I can hear him.
Yeah, we can hear you guys. I just want to make sure that you can hear us too. As
We can hear you, but very faintly.
Hold on, I'm trying to. Microphone
Is there a
speaker.
mic?
oh,
One behind the laptop.
yes, there is. Do you know how to work it? I'm not sure what that'll do for us as far as
Oh, yeah, because it might switch the sound.
yeah, I don't know what would happen. We can do a few things. Let me kind of turn up my.
Okay, repeat that one more time. I think I got my end. Okay now.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay, so just like Jesse, I'm also into storytelling. That's one of my favorite things, to do. My biggest passion and my talent is storytelling. And comic books is a vehicle of storytelling, just like animation is a vehicle of storytelling. Any type of vehicle I can use, I will use it. And I think comics and animation is one of my favorite vehicles. So that's why I've been into comics for a long time. Even though I was a little kid, I made my own comics without words, so only I knew what's going on. So I've been doing it for a while, but and I enjoy doing it basically.
Okay, first off, I can hear you loud and clear now. So thank you so much for repeating that. And you are absolutely right about comics being a vehicle for storytelling. Like that's really the coolest part about making comics is being able to showcase a story through just panels, through words. Like there's like comics and animation. While animation is more about the movement of characters and stuff, comics are always about the dialogue and like the expressions and stuff of characters, if that makes sense. And so like you're absolutely right about about that, and it's really cool, and I absolutely admire that. It's and honestly, it seems since all of you guys are animation majors, you guys kind of understand a bit about the storytelling aspect of doing animations, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, honestly, you guys have a pretty good gateway into doing comics, because basically what you'll be doing is just breaking it down from animation. Like think about having do you guys ever have one of those times where you're listening to one of your favorite songs, and you're just imagining the most complex animated sequence possible.
Mm-hmm.
It's aren't those amazing? And we can't never actually do them.
Yeah.
And so just think about that, except when you're making it into a comic, you're just breaking it down. Instead of it being like this, it's kind of like this. Like you're showcasing like the most important aspects of making a comic. Like one panel, two panel, and this is like since I mostly focus on like four panel like comics, like newspaper comics, like Garfield, Calvin and Hobbes, things like that. This is how I kind of when I'm writing, that's kind of how I picture it. Is that it's always about the snapshot focus of the comic panels. I actually have, let me see, one that I was. Let me see if I can pull up one for example. Excuse me. Just to get a good idea of what I mean. Let's pull up yesterday's comic. Where is it? So this is one of my comics called Rosebuds. It's about three sisters, Rosa, Maria, and Marcella, and their relationships with each other, and how their bonds and rivalries. Like they get on each other's nerves, but they love each other as sisters. And so storytelling in comics is kind of similar to like storytelling in animation, except as I said, you're just breaking down to the essentials. So like panel one here, Maria is talking to her older sister Rosa. She goes, "I bet you think you're so high and mighty when you boss your little sisters around, don't you, Rosa? Give me one good reason why you think you're in any position to leave me and Marcella." And then Rosa barks back, "Because I have seniority, Maria. Now quit bugging me and please take out the garbage like I asked." So she goes to the garbage saying, "I live in a hereditary monarchy." And so when you're thinking about comics, it's always like, now if this was animated, there'd be like a beginning, like an introduction where they're kind of walking into the scene. Another pose where like Maria's kind of line of actioning herself to point her finger at Rosa, the movement where Rosa barks back, and then the movement of Maria going to the trash can, where as you see now, it's all broken down to its main essentials. So does any of this make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure, because as I said, when it comes to these sort of things, you have to kind of flip a switch to really understand it. It's like with analogies and stuff. Like as I said, I feel that comics and animation go hand in hand. They're just broken apart differently. There's more to an animation, but the comics focus on the main parts of it. So it's like, so yeah. Did anyone else want to say anything about their interests? You two in the back?
Sure, I can go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my name is Kylie, and I think I like comics because it's a really good way to like visualize the stories and like all the like emotions and feelings, and you can get that really easily with like comics and animating. And that's just what I like about it.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Like the thing the thing that I really focus on when I make comics, excuse me, I have this saying called, or at least how I interpret my work, is like the art of communication. All of my comics are based on the feelings and the feelings, like the emotions of the characters, like whatever they feel, you can kind of get what they're trying to feel or what they're trying to say. Like the Rosebud comic I just showed, like you can kind of understand, like Maria here, she's really frustrated, and she's snapping back to her older sister. Her older sister snaps back. You know, it's kind of like you can understand, you know, what they're feeling just by how they say it, how they feel, or their body movement, which I know is also another important aspect of animation, is that the like body movement and the line of action and things like that. And so when you make comics, you have to have, you know, a lot of that stuff in mind, you know, to make a really good comic. And so yeah, you like that's I feel like that's an incredibly important aspect to making comics. Like that's and animations as well. And so yeah. Anyone else? Okay. Well, so I think I wanted to start out this. Uh, since you guys have done projects for animation, you guys kind of get. Have you guys worked with making your own characters?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I would like to start out with something like that, where we're kind of just focusing on a trait of a character. Like, okay, I want us to make a character based on three different traits. Uh, it can be like any type of trait you want. It's just a matter of they have to reflect the trait that you're wanting to use for this. And then after that we can kind of get a good idea. I'll even like I bleh, I will help. I'm sorry, it's been an incredibly long day for me. So uh, for me, I'm going to design a character that is short and angry. And loves money. How about that? Short, angry, and loves money.
So everybody else is gonna pick 3 different traits, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dee, you want them to create characters based off of those 3 traits
Yes.
while you're creating yours?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Go for it, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys can create your own based off those traits. And feel free as you're working if you want any sort of peer feedback. Those QR codes will bring you into the Zoom, and the idea is you just like show and have like a two-way conversation there.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we're all like I'd love for us to just, you know, this is all of us, you know, casually interacting with each other and just talking about this sort of stuff.
Yeah, and if you all have questions for Dee about your work, I know I heard Garrett kind of vaguely say that you can use the Zoom code, but also if you have questions about like his work, questions about what he does in life, I'm sure that he would love to answer that right now as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What got you started into comic book making?
Whew, man, that's a long story. And it's a pretty heavy one. So would it be okay if I talked about the story?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, so in the early 2000s, do you guys know of the city Elwood, Indiana? Have you guys heard of it? Well, it's about a half hour from Anderson, about maybe an hour or more from Muncie. But in the early 2000s, it was a town. I don't know if it still is, but when I was living there with my family, it was a town that practiced segregation and housed the KKK, and we were the only black family in that entire town for 6 or so years. And a lot of people really didn't like me or my family because of it, because we were black. And it was hard to really make friends or do anything because I was always constantly judged for who I was. But one day in grade school, I went to the library and found was introduced to Garfield. He was my first introduction into the world of comics and everything about it. And I loved Garfield so much that I started doing my own comics. I'm still a huge Nintendo guy, but back then I was super super huge. Like I would make comics completely based on the Mario characters and stuff like that. And one day I made a comic based on Mario's brother Luigi. He went camping for the evening, and ghosts were pranking him throughout the entire night. And so I shared this comic with one of my friends, and he laughed so hard he fell out of his chair, red in the face, tears running down his cheeks and all that. The downside about that was he had asthma, but I didn't know that. I didn't really know the severity of that at the time. And what I got out of that was I made someone laugh doing something that they were happy about something that I did. And so it's been my life mission since then to make comics to make people happy, make them feel a little better about themselves, and things like that. One thing that's really fun about making characters is, like, for me, it's always the designing aspect of it. Uh, like, a lot of my characters that I make always have something about them that really physically shows who they are. One of my favorites that really emphasize that is are my characters pen and ink. Despite their name being a dead giveaway, uh, I really felt that their designs. Let me pull up. Like their designs, ink especially. Uh, they are artists, and their designs kind of reflect that, but their designs also reflect on their dynamic with each other. Where Pen's colors, Pen here, her colors are more mute, soft, and stuff, whereas ink here is all colorful and messy, and that physically shows what her character is like, just by looking at her. And so when like I feel like the best part of designing characters is always the designing part, or what can make them stand out from others. how are you guys doing? Anyone want to hop in the Zoom call and show what you guys got going on?
Nothing has to be finished. If
Yeah.
you just want to show and get some feedback, take it what you can. Dee, you said that you're currently working on the Toe Jam and Earl one, right?
Yes.
Is there anything else that you're currently working on?
Well, yes. My comic strip, Life with Karami, the comic strip I was recently talking about, it's back as a magazine comic strip in the Madison Magazine, which is a Indiana magazine. And so it just was published this month, and I've made roughly 5 years worth of comics for that magazine. So we're more than okay with the comics backlog for that. I also recently collaborated with a YouTuber. I don't know if anyone knows of a YouTuber by Scott the Waz or anything like that. Well, I recently did something for him, but yeah, a lot of the things I'm doing right now are kind of my own things. But I'm always looking out for other big projects or stuff to work on.
Yeah, awesome.
Throw it in Hey, we don't have a proposal Friday.
How are you guys doing? Anyone ready to share?
Go for it, David.
How do you share?
Are you screen sharing, or are you do you have paper and pencil.
I have my phone with me.
Okay. Yeah. If you scan that QR code on
Yeah,
it should take you into. Oh, you're in here. Cool. So if you'll just turn your camera on and then like face the camera, because now I'm looking at you. So if you turn it the other way.
Okay, hold on, give me a second.
Oh no.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
How you turn on?
And D, can you see that?
Almost.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. And so.
Okay, so you said draw a character that's, what was it? Greedy, fat, and lazy?
No. So I said for you guys to design a character, like for you guys, any three adjectives to describe the character. So
Okay.
it's like it wasn't what I decided; it was what you guys decided.
Okay. Gotcha. So I chose a character that's free, relaxed, and it's like lazy. Free, relaxed, lazy. Basically those three. They're kind of similar, but I chose those three.
Let me see. Could you have the camera a bit more on the? So, dude, I like your style. Like, and I know this is just a sketch, but I really like it. And I like heads are always hard, especially like to do the like the head to body ratio. Like, is the head too big? Is it too small?
Yeah.
How is it in comparison to the rest of the body? Like, this is good. Like, I dig this, and I love I really enjoy just how relaxed he looks. Like, man, he makes me want to relax.
Yeah.
It's so.
Try to make a nomad or a homeless person. So, not homeless, but like a nomad. He wants to be free.
Yeah, so I think you should make clothes that reflect that, like very loose, torn up clothes, maybe, or just something like he kind of just doesn't care, you know.
I actually want him not to have a shirt.
No shirt, okay.
Yeah, that's why I kind of drew that. But I'm not doing pants, so I gotta draw that.
All right, yeah, no, dude, that's great.
Thank you, David. Anybody else wants to throw theirs up there, get feedback? You got questions?
Yeah, show yourselves. Come on, we're here. We're showing each other off here. Let me. If none of you willingly won't, I'll make you do it.
I think. Oh, there we go.
Hey, Jesse. Hey there.
There we go. All right.
Oh my gosh, this is so cute.
Thank you. So I went for the soft skater. I don't know what the third adjective is, but we can figure out something. But yeah, there they are.
Hey, enjoy them. Hold on. Hold that for me, please.
Yeah,
Let me
sure.
just. I love the simplicity of the design. I really do.
Jesse, he needs a name. They need a name.
That's a lot of pressure.
Oh, I'm sorry, not on the spot. We'll come up with it later.
Anyone?
Mark.
Mark.
Zach.
Mark. Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Mark, Zach, Jimmy.
Let's call him Parkour. Parkour.
Parkour.
Like parkour.
Parkour.
I like that.
Or Parkoury. So that way it's like Corey, but Parkoury.
It's cute.
It's like a little proposed animation designer. Yes.
There we go. Wanted to do a little sketch. I really dig that. That's really cool.
And my day to day.
Par.
It looks like something.
That's how I think I am.
Wait. Parkoury.
I don't like baseball hats. Should I start?
Oh, I love it. He's beautiful. Oh, I love it.
You have like your beanie though.
I do. There we go.
Parkoury. How's that?
Backwards.
Yes.
There we go.
When I get off the Zoom, my brother sent me pictures.
Nice colors.
I have to show you because I told you I would show you.
Oh,
Love it.
That's fun.
Jesse, that I really dig that.
Thank you.
It's so yeah. Anyone else?
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you.
I am going to see everyone's characters, so so the sooner you show, the quicker we can get on with this.
Next picture, unprovoked, and I kid you not, I like was walking down my hall and I was sitting on the floor, so I was crying laughing.
I turned it down. Wait. Where's the camera?
Oh wait, I think I figured it out. There we go. Thank you.
I see yours on here, Ray, but
Okay, trying to.
I don't see the camera yet. But I see that you're like on in the call. You've made it that far. Yes, I see you.
There you go. There she is. Hi, Ray.
Hi.
I mean, he's wearing.
There we go.
Oh, I.
Oh wow.
Bye, y'all.
Wow. And it's in color. Well, tell us a bit about.
Okay, so basically it's like she's tall, scary, and fashionable. And my roommate kind of said that she kind of looks like a zombie. Maybe she's like coming back from zombie prom. Yes.
I was thinking alien, but I like zombie as well.
Yeah, me. I love a monster mash.
Oh my god.
Hold on. Hold her up for me.
My friend's cousins.
Oops. And what's so like what I really love about her is how you discussed that someone you knew reminded you of a zombie. And I always think it's so cool when people find real life inspirations for their characters or why they want to do something. And so I definitely commend you for for speaking up about that.
I just love how I'm just messing around, you're just drawing so effortlessly.
It just reminds me of Alex first when he does like the live streams, like when he draws.
It reminds me of like James. Yeah. It kind of looks like the girl from
There we go. And so, what's her name again?
Her name's Bertha.
I love Bertha.
We got parkour and parkour, sorry, parkour.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So, I love the concept of you saying her being at a prom of sorts, because I think you could really use this as so. The one thing I'd like for all of us to do, the thing that the thing that your character is based on, you're going to do at least a 3-panel joke based on what that personality trait is. So like Parkour, for example, his comic could be something about him doing something related to skateboarding or trying to do a trick and it ultimately fails or something. Bertha could be about her trying to either is at the prom trying to do something monster and ends up doing something monster related, like can I have this dance? She dates with a guy and loses a leg or something, things like that. And so this way, it kind of helps show a bit about the character, their traits and things like that through their actions, as well as what their how their character trait balances out, the surrounding world around them.
Kylie, I see you also popped on here, so if you, yes, I can see yours. I don't know if you're looking at Kylie's right now, but
Yeah, I see Kylie's right now.
awesome.
Hi.
I can't focus.
Tell me a bit about him.
Yes, please. See, it's not showing my screen. Can you see Kylie's screen?
I can see Kylie's screen.
That's so
Just
weird.
Wait, what can you see? We can't see Kylie's.
I can't even see my screen.
Well,
Oh, there it is. There you are.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Alright, my character is sleepy, stubborn, and stressed.
Man, the mood of 2020. So what made you want to design a character like this?
She reminds me of me.
Hold on. What just happened? Don't
Can
tell
you
me.
guys hear us?
That's good to know. And so if we're under connection issue, we're back.
I'm back.
Hey, are you okay?
I think it's a campus-wide Wi-Fi issue.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I just went out too. I was like, what? Okay.
Okay, well, I'm glad it wasn't just me because I was like, I just got brand new internet for this place, so I wouldn't be cutting out.
All right, back to Kylie.
Sorry, Kylie.
Ah,
Spotlight. Hold on, can't see you yet. We're gonna make parkourie a little smaller so there's more room. Hold on. Why can't I not see Kylie's screen? What happened to it?
my Zoom is struggling.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just me, Dee. Never mind, I can't. Your screen went away. Would you be able to have Ray put it on theirs if the internet's more stable on theirs?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Thanks, Ron.
There we go. Much better.
Oh, it flips it.
Now, if I remember correctly, your character is stressed, stubborn, and sleepy. I think Dee had asked if you could tell a little bit more about why you chose to make this character.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard when I said that, but I said it reminded me of my siblings and me because we are exactly that. If we're struggling with homework or just trying to fix something, we will stay up until it's fixed.
Man, that's admirable. I usually give up and just go, yeah, you know what? Tomorrow's another day.
That's where the stubbornness comes in.
And you know, it's cool that you chose to do just I won't call them dot eyes, but you know where I'm getting at here, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like those are the most expressive type of eyes like that a character could have because it shows a lot with so little. Like
So you can do a
let
lot.
me it was like you could tell how she feels just by looking at her. And so this I like again like I also love your style and I also love the sketchness of it. And she really has this bossy demeanor to her that really shows off her. I'm not just tired of I'm not just tired I'm tired of everyone. So like that's a really cool really cool trait. So what's her name?
I do not have a name for her. Any suggestions?
Well, your name's Kylie. What are your siblings' names?
Both of my siblings are younger than me, so the next one for me is Camry, and then the last one is Chloe.
Okay, so it has to be a K.
Yeah.
So there's Kylie, there's
Camry and Chloe.
Camry and Chloe.
Okay, this one is Carrie. How's that?
She's tired of kids.
Like,
I love it.
All right, who's next? By the way, Kylie, really good job. I really admired that. That's really cool.
I think we should throw David's up there because he was the first one that you hadn't started sketching yet. The relaxed guy.
Oh yeah.
What? That's crazy. Why would you do that?
I'm just saying, David. I think
Actually,
maybe
no, yeah, she's right. Actually, I'd love to have him up on here.
Yeah, for sure. We can have a collage from them all, and I think that's pretty cool.
Cause one thing I want to do, if we do another comic workshop, these will be the characters you guys will be developing throughout this. This will be like the one thing about making comics is getting to know the characters. And so I feel like this would be a good opportunity for you guys to have, something that you can rely on or go back to and kind of, flesh out a bit, kind of grow, a lot of my almost all of my characters have at least a let me see, a spotlight. I spent numerous years on them, and I'm just now really getting a good idea of what their characters are like. And so I think it'd be a good idea to, give you guys that opportunity to have a character you guys can focus on and kind of, grow yourselves. I'm gonna have to move him out the way a bit. Man, this guy has a lot of hair.
He doesn't cut his hair.
See, this is one of the reasons why I have to have haircuts, because if I don't, I just feel so not myself. Hmm. Man, this guy doesn't shave either.
Nope.
Eh? You know what? Let's add a bit more. This guy is just wilding out.
You can't see it, but he has a hat like me, and the guy puts like a tie hat, like a sun hat.
Oh, a sun hat. Whoa.
Yeah,
Let me.
I didn't put it out good, but it's there.
Hold up. I can easily fix
So
that.
fishing with.
Sorry, Bertha. I need to shrink you down a bit more. So as we're kind of getting to know each other, I'm curious about what your guys' goals are. Like, what is it that you guys want? Like, what is it you guys want to do? Like, anyone could just tell me. I'm just awfully curious about what got you into doing animation and what you want to get out of it.
Okay, I can share. My biggest goal is to eventually direct an animated movie or be a co-director for either the picture or like character directors, and just make movies.
Oh, what kind of movies? Like, is there like, do you want to do independent? Are you wanting to work with an actual company?
I really wherever the wind takes me. Just, I don't think I have a preference on that. Just being part of that whole process seems really cool and seems something I would be interested in.
Okay, that's really cool. Like I definitely admire that. Like, you know, I for one, I want to say I admire that you guys are going down this path in the first place. Like, as I said earlier in this, in our workshop, is that there's not a lot of support for, excuse me, for like, people who are wanting to do animation or comics or things like that. But the fact that you guys are still going through this, like, this is something you all passionately enjoy. Like, I want to do whatever I can to help, to help you guys get to wherever you're wanting to be. Like, for me, like, I may not be the most, like the most insightful creator out there or anything, but if there's one thing that I really want you guys to take away from this workshop and any other workshops that we may happen to do together, is that I want you guys to have the confidence to share and be proud of what you're doing. Like, that's partly the reason why I'm forcing you guys to show me your characters on a large screen, because eventually you're going to be put in a position where you're going to be showcasing much bigger stuff to a much bigger audience. And for us to do it here on the ground floor will help you guys prepare for that and allow you to grow that confidence of being able to believe in yourself that you guys can show what you're doing. And as we've seen here, you guys, have such, really great concepts just for spending 5-10 minutes on this stuff. Just imagine what you can do with a much bigger time frame, with a budget, with whatever that you guys have. We're just here kind of, shooting the shot, like ad-libbing this whole thing. And you guys, have already shown me, a hobo, a zombie, a zombie teen at a prom, a parkour guy, and someone that I completely relate with on a spiritual level, Carrie here. And so, but you guys are just, like this may seem small scale, but I really want you guys to, to understand the emphasis of what I'm getting at. I want this to carry with you guys to whatever you guys will do next, because, the confidence you have in yourself will take you such a long way. And so, what you guys are doing right now is just a small example of what you guys will be showcasing to the world. So, forgive me up front in red. You're the only person we haven't seen from.
Kira, do you want to go?
I apologize for forgetting your name.
Kira, right?
Kira.
What's the name of the other one you just drew?
Oh, so that one, it's already been, the character's really been developed because he was created by me and my best friend. It was like one day, story started, was like one day we were at McDonald's. I was with him and his mom, and he went out to go get something. He saw this homeless dude walking with no shoes, and he came back and bought some shoes to buy it, gave it to him. And after he finished that, he came back to me and said, "Bro, we need to create a character like him. We have to make him helpful." So I came up with the name, and we came up with the design together. I called him the illustrator. So his name in short is Ill, I-L-L.
So
David, I love that.
Ill.
Oh.
That was amazing.
It's so cool to see where inspiration comes from. Like, it could come from anywhere. And just hearing the stories of how you guys, just develop these characters is just so much fun.
Oh, let me take pictures. I'm still my friend.
No, I haven't been so.
I think let me tell you one of my characters. She's actually taking the internet by storm right now. I actually doodled her on one of these other canvases, but so my comic strip Rosebuds, the middle child Maria Gonzalez. She has a doll of herself, famously known as Plush Maria, and she is she is similarly designed as Maria, but she is known as an absolute unit, and she does whatever she wants. She has her own side comic that I work on, just for kicks, not for anything serious. But one of her biggest traits is that she wears a bunch of random shirts with no meaning on it. Her most famous shirt is her absolute unit shirt, but she's just like super small, super whatever. She hates K-pop stans and wants to destroy Wyoming.
She's amazing.
All right, Kira, I can see that you're on, so we can take a look at your character.
Yes. Let me see spotlight. Aw. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this style. It feels like a storybook sort of deal. Like, man, this is so cute. And her name is Jamie. Tell me a bit about Jamie.
Well, the traits that I chose were cheerful, short, and shy. It's kind of based off of me a little bit.
It's actually cool that you sort of base a character after yourself. Uh, One thing that you guys will know is that you will end up putting a little bit or a lot of yourself in the characters that you make. So there is absolutely zero shame in it when that happens. You enjoy making the characters how you want them to be. Like if you base them off of a sibling, you base them off of a friend or off of an experience like ill here. Like, inspiration for making characters literally comes from anywhere. And definitely be okay with the weirdest places you find them. And so, do you guys happen to read any online comics by chance? Anything in particular?
Yeah. Like webtoons and stuff.
Yeah, what kind of stuff do you read on webtoons?
A lot. What's that show? Shen?
Blue Chair?
Yeah, Blue Chair. Like,
Oh, hey, he's one of my friends. In fact, I actually was a guest artist for his recent card game.
Awesome. That's amazing. He's
And I actually hold up. I'll come back to Jamie in a second, but I recently did I actually did a special Plush Maria comic for him. Where's she at? Comics. Where are you at? Where are you? Here he is.
Oh, amazing.
Oh wait, this looks familiar.
And so, like, the first panel is all like, there she is, the elusive Plush Maria. After following her for months, I can finally capture her and be the true absolute unit. Huh? Where'd she go?
Oh, great.
It's so, like, I don't know, like, absolute unit is this thing that just encompasses plush Maria. You just can't describe it, but that's what she is. And so I did that for him as as thanks for having me on his card game. Actually, I believe I am allowed to share my uh actually, yeah, because he actually shared it on Twitter not too long ago. What I do with it? Scott. Forgive me for derailing, but it's actually kind of fun how small world everything is. Art. I think it's in here. Here it is. This is my art for his guest card.
Oh, I love it.
Character is that.
Yeah, life. He battles life in a lot of his comics, and it's great.
Yeah, so like they wanted to do something based on something that I'm familiar with, which is art and stuff like that. So I made this illustration of life, life, giving it to him through the world of art and stuff like that. So that was a really fun thing to do. It was a real privilege to get to work with him and talk with him and things like that. But it's really fun. It's really interesting how small scale, as I said, how small scale the world is when you actually realize it. Like we're all artists doing our own thing. We end up knowing people or knowing someone who knows something. It's really cool. So, as I said, the one thing I'd like to do, if we do another comic workshop together, is figure out just a bit about what kind of comic interests you. Like, would you guys want to do a comic similar to what Shin does? Do you want to do a comic that's more story focused, or something that kind of what are you guys looking for that you think I can help you with is kind of what I'm getting at here. And depending on what it is you guys are interested in or what you're wanting to do, I can definitely try to pool around my internal resources and figure out how I can help you guys kind of improve on that. I know animation is kind of the important thing for you guys, but there's any way that I can help make comics help you in the world of animation, definitely let me know what you think could work.
Yeah, if you have any suggestions or comments, what you'd like to see, throw it out there.
Let me see. Yeah. Where is this one like this? Let's call this. Yeah, let's go with this. Anyone have any suggestions? Anything?
Maybe like slice of life kind of comics.
It's like those, like honestly, those are up my alley. So like anything I can do, like I feel like those are definitely my strong suits. And they go back around to what I was discussing um, about the art of communication. Slice of life really, really encompasses that feeling of trying to connect, be more expressive with the characters through their personality, through their dreams, their wants, their desires, their complications, things like that. And so, I'm gonna give you guys the honor here. What should Plush Maria's shirt say? It can only be one or two words. Shirt.
Chirp, chirp.
Oh,
It's the
chirp, chirp.
thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hold up. Chirp.
That's beautiful.
Let me go ahead and sign this. There. What do you guys think?
They're gorgeous.
Amazing.
Yeah, I
No,
think it looks awesome.
it's a privilege to be able to draw your characters. I really appreciate, you guys being here, you guys showing off your characters and being able to, share a bit about, what you guys are wanting to do. It's incredibly important that, people that are doing things around here, really are here to help encourage other people that are doing it, because one thing I've been noticing about the art, I'm going to say this a third time, is that there hardly is any support. So anything that I can do to help continue motivate people, to help inspire them to keep going when no one else around here really cares, that's my duty as, as a cartoonist, as an artist, living in Indiana, is that I want to inspire other people to do the same thing. Because there's going to be a time when a little kid's going to come to you guys saying, where do you get your inspiration, or how do I be an artist in Indiana? No one supports what I'm doing,
I have a kind of more serious question.
Yes.
So earlier you mentioned where you grew up, you were kind of the only Black family around.
Mm-hmm.
So I just was wondering how that your identity kind of influenced your work, or how you manifest that into your work now, or if you do.
I honestly, it's pretty strong for me. And funny enough, Garfield actually is the reason behind this. One of the things when I was younger, actually, while I'm talking, let me go ahead and honor him for the 1 millionth time. One of the things that I've learned from Garfield, and this is one of those weird things, like Garfield is not a role model of any capacity. He's fat. He's lazy. He kicks Nermal off the table. He kicks Odie off the table and ships Nermal to Abu Dhabi, and he abuses John in so many different ways. But the thing about him was, he was okay with it. He didn't want to change himself for anybody. He loved himself for who he was, and people were either they accepted it or they dealt. They had to deal with it. And again, not the best type of inspiration I should be getting from someone that does all these negative things. But what I've learned from him was to be okay with who I am, to be okay that there are some things out of my control that I just can't help. Like, I can't help being Black. That's just it. And people are just going to have to accept that. And once I started understanding that, I became more comfortable with who I was. That I was just, I'm not just the Black person that people see me as. I'm Dee. I like video games. I like art. I love comics. I love Garfield. And by doing that, I became more open with how I handle my comics. Like all my comics focus on a theme of love. So far, I have three different comics. Life with Karami, which is the first comic I've talked about. It's a story about a single mother raising her infant daughter, and trying to overcome her own self doubts and anxieties. Uh, that's all about trying to love yourself. My second comic, Pen and Ink, which is about two sisters creating art for themselves, and their autobiography comics about their lives together. And like the comics are made through their perspective, like they are the artist of the series. So their theme of love is love what you do. They love making comics, they love spending time together. Excuse me. And then Rosebuds, my recent newspaper comic about the three sisters, Rosa, Maria, and Marcella. Their relationship is about loving those around you. And so I try to capture that within everything I do, that feeling of love, that unconditional love of being who you are, accepting others for who they are, regardless of what they are. And just being able to try to spread that joy and love to other people as well. That's I've learned all that just trying to be okay with who I am because of what other people didn't think of me as.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Sorry, like I'm sorry if that was too heavy or anything. Like stuff like these conversations like these mean a lot to me because it's it's how I live my life. I try to live my life with giving out as much love as possible, and people have been super nice to be able to, uh, you know, give that love back to me. And I'm so honored there are so many people that support what I do and show so much love and kindness towards what I do. That I just want to keep working hard to make sure that I personally feel like I'm deserving of that. So it's something that I really try to emphasize, throughout everything that I do, that it's all about love and giving back and things like that. And so it's why I say that you guys will be, that confidence that you guys will be slowly, if the confidence that you guys are growing in out in yourselves as artists and as people, it'll be coming back to those that you'll be supporting as well. Any other questions?
Are there like any upcoming like projects or like like in 2020 21, like I know there's like some like new movies or comics coming out. Like is there anything like you're excited for?
Uh, yeah, actually. Um, Depending on what happens with the world, I may end up doing my first comic booth. Uh, I've never done one before, but I hope to actually be able to do that. And then let me see if I can pull up a picture. Mm, okay. So one of the things I do on social, one of the things that the people of me and the people of social media have proclaimed is that March 14th will be declared Maria Day, which is based on Maria Gonzalez from Rosebuds and Plush Maria. And I'm hoping by the time of this, uh, I will be able to do a come on. Where's do I have this? Where is it? come on, an actual physical plush of Plush Maria. I actually have a standard one that we'll just use this one. Like of Plush Maria. I have a few things that have been made by a few toy companies of her. And so we're going to I'm hoping that by March 14th we'll have our first and probably only run of of actual plushies of her. And so like I like to do a bunch of really funny photos and stuff with her. It's like it's a real grand time, with her. I'm gonna just pull one up as just an example.
And Dee, do you have anything that has your contact information and possibly like your Twitter and stuff, so people could follow it, and then like when this comes out, if it comes out for a limited time, they can be one of the people that gets the absolute unit.
Yeah. Let me actually like this photo. Hold up. This was actually taken just a few weeks ago. Or the last no, I don't want that one. I want this one. There we go. And so but yeah, I actually do have a Twitter handle and an Instagram as well. Here it is. I'm gonna just write it here. At Super D2, and this is both. This is both my Twitter and Instagram for it. Well, there it is. I'll blow this up a bit. So if anyone wants to follow that, that's both my Twitter and Instagram handle. And then I also have, a website that takes you to like all my comics, things like that. So if you want to, follow along on Twitter, Instagram at SuperD2, or if you want to read some of the comics or things like that, superd2.com. First off.
Yeah, that's awesome. Does anybody have any last questions, parting thoughts?
Right now, I was in the middle of drawing what's it called? My comic, like the joke. Okay. I think it might be good, but I'm not done drawing it. Is it okay if I send it to you through Instagram?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are more than welcome to message me on Twitter, Instagram, however you like. I'd love to keep in contact with you guys and see what's up or things like that. Like, did you guys enjoy your time here?
Absolutely. Oh, yes.
No.
I'm happy. Like, again, the big thing I wanted this workshop to be is, like, I wanted to be really, really casual. Like, we're all on equal footing here. Like, we're all just as nervous. I'm just as nervous as you guys are being here, sharing stuff, because you don't know, what will people think of it? Is it good? Well, how do I improve on it? Things like that. And I want this to be something that we can actually feel comfortable being around each other. We actually feel like, I feel confident sharing what I'm doing with, with a small group of people, as well as, kind of learn how can we improve on what we're wanting to do with ourselves, like, as I know, like, you guys are animation people. There's some things that I could learn from you guys about animation just as much as you guys can learn from me about comics. Like, we're kind of hand in hand here, and we're all here to just grow together. And I want you guys to, kind of understand that. And if we do another workshop, definitely bring some more of your other animation friends or comic friends or whoever that you think would be interested in just doing art, Like,
I invited someone, but she didn't come.
say that again?
I invited someone, but she didn't come. And she has some stories too, and it's really good. She showed me, so.
Oh, nice.
I'll track her down, don't you worry.
I know what room she's in.
Oh no.
She signed up for the workshop with you, right? So I have her info, don't you worry.
Yeah.
It's, oh, hold up. David, what are you doing here? Hold up. Spotlight. I'm trying to.
So let me show you the workshop, what it's gonna say. So it's gonna be like I said. So the first panel's gonna be like, so the character, what's his name? I think character name's Hesh, and then Ill, he's sitting by a tree. He's gonna be Hesh gonna say, "Hey teacher, what's the quickest way to make money?" And Illustrator's gonna say, "The quickest way to make money is the quickest way to lose money as well." And then Illustrator's gonna continue with the next panel, say, "You must work hard with everything you do, no excuses." And then third panel, they say nothing. And then it's gonna be a zoomed out picture of the big tree. And then fourth panel is gonna show them cutting down the tree. Get it? Oh my god.
Hold on.
There's a lot of moving parts, David. I didn't get the punchline. I don't know if it's just me being slow.
Yeah. No. I'm right with you, Emma. I'm trying to.
I'm sure it's hilarious. I just haven't got there yet.
Let me slow down. I guess you didn't hear me. Let me slow down. So basically, the whole joke of the thing is like, he's trying to teach you a lesson on not to focus on getting money quick. You have to work hard for it. And at the end of it, it shows that they made money by cutting the tree down and creating money out of it. Basically, that's what it is.
Oh, that would make sense if you saw it. Yes, that makes sense, David.
I wasn't finished.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
So, David, I have to say, this style here, I actually love it. Like it's so, like, hold up, let me I love how simple it is, and I love do you guys read any of the, since you guys know a bit about webtoon and web comics in general, do you guys read any of those comics that always talk about philosophical nonsense and things like that? I feel like this style here would work perfect for these sort of things, where Ill is like this incredibly wise and sage guy that just happens to be a bum, and and everyone is following suit with the things that he's trying to say, and it either doesn't make sense to them or either makes so much sense that it fails. Like there's so much room for this, and the style complements it because it's so simple, and it's I won't say easily digestible, but it's something that people can look at and just get like that smile on their face just because it's so funny. Like, hold your camera right there for a second. I dig the style. I dig it so much.
I got it from South Park in that movie on Clouded Chance and Meatballs.
I have a question.
Yeah.
There's this YouTube animator, I guess quote unquote it's basically kind of like comics that move. It's called Ice Cream Sandwich.
Oh, I know Ice Cream.
Yay! That's what I guess his comic reminds us of. That's David's comic. It's like in the same style as Ice Cream and We Live For It. It's so funny.
I gotta see that.
It's really funny. He's hilarious. Oh my gosh, I love the way he designed him. So cute.
This is a character me and my friend created too.
He's amazing. Credit David and his friend.
Who's your friend and why are they not here?
He graduated from ISU. He graduated from animation major also, and his name is Grant.
I've given him an excuse he doesn't go here.
You can't. I'm sorry.
You FaceTime him.
No, but that's awesome.
Oh my gosh, I love the movie there. Oh, I love it.
Yes, the curl. Thank you for putting that there.
It looked like an important character trait, so I had,
Yes,
so I
very
had to.
much is.
And so it's so funny. And so the reason I say I really like his character design is because so in the pen and ink and plush Maria comics, I have this species of characters called Bristolians, and they are literally just they are literally this.
Huh.
Oh, I see. It's cool.
It kind of looks like the
Easter Island.
short Night and Day.
Hold on. So technically, they kind of look like this. They look flat and they're like have various colors to them and things like that. But like their world famous catchphrase is "sweet acrylic." And so I'll just pull up a plush Maria comic just to kind of emphasize what I mean. I've gotten the most use out of them with plush Maria when they originally originated from pen and ink, but they are really funny people. Trying to find a real good one. Okay, I'm gonna just do I like the Judge Plush Maria one. Okay, so panel one is like because Plush Maria can't talk, she has a translator for this particular comic, and so the Bristolian's like, you're being charged with fraud, homicide, and being a K-pop staying out of season. How do you plead? And then the jail guy's like this, your absolute unitness. I throw myself upon the mercy of the court. And so he goes, son, your pleading is amateurish. Judge Plushmere sentences you to 3 weeks of acting school. He's like, what? But I tried real hard. And so he's like, should have gotten the chair. And then the little cat guy here, his name is Oppo, and all he does is just flop around because he's lazy. Tongue cat. And so
Are you like on webtoons where we can like read some of these comics?
I have Rosebuds on Webtoon as well, but I haven't decided if I want to do Plush Maria on Webtoons yet because it's a lot of work and I kind of hate Webtoons format. But it's definitely worth it for anyone who wants to find wants to kind of grow themselves on on a social media platform designated for comics and things like that. Here's another one that I really like just because how absurd it is. And so Opal the cat is just walking by, and then the Bristolian's just like, I don't like that cat. And then there's and your interpretation of that punchline is how you will. Is it for him or is it for Oppo? It's up to you. And I got one more.
Dee, you're also on Twitch, right? I don't know how many of you do that, but
Yeah, I am on Twitch. I haven't been streaming as of late because I've been trying to get my webcam and microphone and good internet up. But I am a Twitch affiliate on there at Super D2 as well. I would live stream my comics or things like that. I got one more for you guys. So the Bristolian's like, I'm a little depressed, doctor. I can't find motivation to finish anything long term. Everything I do becomes a half-baked mess until I just accept doing the bare minimum. What am I doing wrong? And she's just there. And her shirt says bow tie on it. So, but yeah, like in these comics in particular, it's just silly. They hold no rhyme or reason to the existence of them or whatever. But as you kind of see that, like there still is some sort of punchline to them. There's like, where's my red? Here it is. There's like, panel one is the conflict. Then the rising, the climax, punchline, And so as we, as we start kind of doing these, we'll start even learning. Because honestly, making comics are just like knock knock jokes or just like something simple like that. There's just it's a 1-2 punch sort of deal, And so if we do more of these, we'll definitely get into those nitty gritty, and we'll use your characters that you guys have created for this one for that. So, does anyone have anything else they want to add? Say?
If there's nothing else, thank you so much, Dee, for coming in and yes, and for doing this. I think it was. I mean, I had fun. I hope they had fun. Yeah, it was really great. Thank you.
No, again, thank you guys for having me, and I hope we can do these again. Like you guys, obviously you guys have something going on, and it shows through what you guys have shared with me today. And so we're just going to grow from there. We're all going to grow together. I can learn some things from you guys. You guys can hopefully learn a thing or two from me. But at the end of the day, it's just I want you guys to kind of understand that what you guys are doing is wonderful and that it's going to impact a lot of people.
Yeah. I want to invite you all, the comics you made. I plan on making a fake housing Facebook and Instagram post with probably the collage that Dee put together. But if you all are comfortable with it and want to send what you guys drew, scan it, photo, send it to Emma, I can definitely include that so you can see the whole program.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, send that to Emma.
Yeah, send it her way, and she'll help me get it.
Trying to.
She's an absolute.
I'm going to add this guy here. Set him here. Okay. Cool.
Did you actually write his name down too?
Yeah. What is it?
My friend would love because he came up with the name. It's Hesh. That's
Hold on.
his name. He came up and I liked it, so I think could you put that there?
Hesh.
Yep. That's it.
Hesh. Actually, let me pull this apart just a bit. There we go. Cool.
That's so fun.
Awesome. Thank you again, Dee.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
And special shout out to Jesse for helping set this up, and for Garrett, and for all of you for coming.
Good job, Jesse. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You did everything.
You guys.
Emma too.
Oh wow, thank you, Emma. Yes, Emma.
Thank you. Yeah, if you guys want to send me an email with your work, totally cool. Yeah, great. If you guys don't need anything else from me, or if Dee, you don't need anything, I'll end the meeting and I can share the recording and all that jazz.
No, I think we good here. Guys,
Awesome.
seriously, keep it up. And I really hope to hear from you guys again, and I just keep being amazing, okay?
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you.